Are you ready for Katie Tunstall?
I don't think I can be ready. I'm so excited.
I know.
How can you be ready, you know?
The thing is, it's been all day we're going, Katie Tunstall's coming. She's going to be on the radio. And she's up next. On the way, in just a few seconds' time, as soon as I stop talking, it's going to be Katie Tunstall.
BBC Radio Wiltshire.
So let's join the scrum and make our way to the main stage, shall we? Because we've already had our first headline act this afternoon. Jack Savoretti an hour ago. You can see a video of Jack's performance on our website, bbc.co.uk/Radio Wiltshire. Go there, have a look at the video that he filmed for us. And now it is time for your second headliner. She was born in Edinburgh in 1975. I'm sure she'll be very glad to hear me saying that. Studied drama and music at the Royal Holloway in London. And the name of her debut album was inspired by her childhood experiences at her father's physics lab at the University of St Andrews. Her first album was recorded in Bradford-on-Avon. I'm, of course, talking about Katie Tunstall. She was supposed to be performing at a couple of festivals in August. They've been rescheduled, but she's supporting Rick Astley on tour from October, which is currently still going ahead. So in a moment, we're going to hear not one, not two, but 3 songs from Katie Tunstall, a proper little set for us. But before that, she's been chatting to BBC Points West's Alex Lovell about how her time in lockdown has been.
Just by coincidence, my flight back to LA was on the Sunday before they stopped all the flying. From the UK to LA. So I had to make that kind of, decision. Where do I want to be? Do I want to stay in the UK? And I had a new house being finished here in LA, but it wasn't quite ready to move into. And I decided to just go for it and come back, knowing that I'd probably get caught either side of the Atlantic. And I ended up being fostered by some of my best friends for about a month with their 2 teenage kids and their 2 lovely dogs.
You have not stopped. When you look at your socials, you are just doing something all the time.
It's absolutely doing my head in. I'm like, I just need to stop. I don't want to do anything. I've had to actually put my foot down and have weekends off, which is a complete novelty for me. I haven't had weekends off for 20 years. As a musician, you're working at the weekend.
Yeah, but you committed to it. So, for example, you're doing raves, aren't you?
So every weekday, I decided to keep it to weekdays so I could have a weekend.
Yeah.
8 p.m. UK time, I go live on Instagram and we just rave to 90s club classics. And a bunch of fans and I get together and we've done it every day, every weekday of the lockdown. And we had our 40th rave this week. And people turning their living rooms into nightclubs and dressing up, and it's just fantastic.
Now, you've decided to do the Airwaves Festival. What made you decide to do this one?
Well, I just love that part of the country. It's very special to me because my mum and my brother are out there. Music is a great connector. It's the thing that will bring us together. It will bring a bunch of strangers together in one place. And I think anything to try and keep that going during this time is really important.
And in terms of musicality, have you got time to because you're probably missing all the other musicians, missing live performances. Are you able to still have that music space in your house and create?
First of all, I haven't really felt very creative at all. I think people should be very kind to themselves during this time and not give themselves a hard time if they're not achieving. This is not the time to be achieving anything. This is the time, as Shirley Manson from Garbage said, to make it to 5 p.m. and have a drink. I think there's lots of unexpected pressures on us during this time of just that kind of low hum of stress of what's going on out there. Obviously, everyone's in a really awful position for income and businesses and money. And I think for me, I spend a lot of my life wishing I had more time at home and wishing I could read a book or watch a film or watch that TV series. So honestly, I've just been savoring every single moment of having time to myself, and when I usually have an extremely busy 24/7 life on the road. I mean, the funny thing is so many people have been saying, oh, there's that book I wanted to read, or there's that thing, or that gardening. And it's still very difficult to do those things because it's not a holiday, but it really is an extraordinary thing, I think, for all of us to go through, because even in the craziest disaster movie in the world, it would rarely involve every single person on the planet. It would be this country and then maybe that country. Yes. So sometimes I just have to remind myself what's going on.
But things like this festival really help. So Katie, thank you for taking part in it, but also thank you for taking the time, because you are crazy busy, to have a chat with us as well. Thank you.
And I'm going to be releasing a new song on the 5th of June. And it's all about the things we need to do coming out of this lockdown. And I want everyone out there to participate by sending in a video of themselves singing along to the song.
Airwaves, your festival at home.
BBC Radio Wiltshire.